It's always so wet. So I took a different mode of transportation and I missed my stop this morning. But look at this. I'm not mad at it. So today we're doing a spray, but I won't be actively participating. There's something going on with my back, and I'll put the video of what a spray looks like in the description box. But we've already done one before, so I'm just going to take it easy today. But essentially we're applying the fungicide 2 days before we infect the plant with the fungus / the pathogen, and then a few days later we will check to see if the fungicide was able to offer control, that is, reduce the level of fungal disease in the plants that receive both the chemical and the fungal. Oh, it smells very chemically because they've been locked up in here for 2 days. Then to see if I'm seeing symptoms like the dark green leaves, burning, white streaks, things like that. So that's what I'm doing, and I'll show you what some of those symptoms look like. So this leaf has symptoms of phytotoxicity. You see one, like some parts of the leaf, it's green, and then some other parts, like closer to my thumb, it's a darker green. So yeah, and the leaf is sort of limped. Symptoms. So that white scratch might be phyto, or it could be mechanical damage. But yeah, the limpness of the leaf, it looks like it's wilting, and the parts that are darker, that is the chemical being toxic to the plant. There's no fungus on it as yet. It's purple in the growth chamber, so you know what that means. I've been in here for, well, officially an hour. So remember, the growth chamber lights are on an hour cycle, so each time it changes to purple, it means that an hour has elapsed. So I'm going to turn it back on and continue with the phytotoxicity assessment. I'm still doing that. I'm almost done, and then I'll start the infection. And we're back. Wow. And we're back. Another example of the chemical being too harsh or toxic to the plant. You have the burning of the leaf, and then those white blotches or translucent blotches, and the darkness. Morning. So I'm going to do my 2 days after inoculation observations. So I'm going to take symptoms. I'm going to rate the plants for phytotoxicity again, just to see if the chemicals, if the symptoms that I saw 2 days ago, if they've gotten worse now that infection conditions have been set. But I want to show you what it looks like 2 days after we have rain simulation. It's always so wet. Yeah, this is water from the rain simulation, so I'm just going to use the squeegee to move it away. And ooh, the leaves are laden with water, so I'll have to move fast before the next cycle starts, because it's on a 1 hour cycle. I need to move this one because the misters, I need to reposition it. It doesn't seem to be catching all the leaves. I think it's this, the bug trap, that's blocking the water. Standard practice when I'm doing an experiment, collecting, especially when I'm collecting observation or scoring, I start with my control. So that is the plant that did not get anything on it. No fungus, no treatment. It's clean. And so that way I minimize cross-contaminating that plant. It doesn't make sense I start with ones that have the fungus, that have treatment, and then I work backwards. There is a sure chance that I will, no matter how good I clean, that I will end up contaminating my control. And if you contaminate your control, then it's really difficult because you don't have anything to compare the results that you see to the ones that didn't get any treatment. So think of maybe a clinical trial where someone will get the placebo and someone will get the drug. So the control is a placebo. It is under the exact same pressure of the treated plants or the infected plants minus the treatment or the infection. So it gets water. Water would be the placebo. But all the environmental conditions are the same, etc. So I start with my control first, and then my next thing would be plants that did not get the fungus, so it gets a treatment, and then I start with the one that got the fungus but no treatment. So we tend to have 3 types of control. Your non-inoculated control does not get any fungus or bacteria depending on what you're doing. So in my case, no fungus, and it doesn't get any of the treatment, so the chemicals. Then you have your untreated control. It gets the fungus but it doesn't get the treatment. And then you get your treated control. It gets the treatment but no fungus. And then you have your inoculated and treated groups where they get both fungus and treatment. And then you can do your comparison to see if your chemicals work, were you able to control it, did you get disease, etc. So that's what I'm going to do. My teammate is sick still, so it's just me again. Just 2 days ago it was rough. No symptoms of toxicity on the control, which is expected because we did not put any chemicals on the control. Here is a treatment that we put chemical on, and the symptoms are much more obvious because they've gotten worse. The water definitely / the rainfall definitely enhance or increase the severity of the symptoms. So I wasn't sure when the rain was going to come, and I got wet because I was putting back the plants. Not too bad, I was quick, and the light has changed, so I've been in here for an hour. Another light change, but I'm done in this chamber. I'm going to go across to the next one and repeat the same process. The rain doesn't fall as much in this one like the other one. As you can see, you don't really see any water droplets forming on the leaves. But yeah, here are some more symptoms of phytotoxicity. You see those blotches, tan blotches along the edges of the leaf. Some are darker, like this leaf. Oops, this this leaf has completely turned dark and almost translucent. Same with this one, really dark. Yeah, symptoms. Another hour has elapsed. Turn that on. we're back, or not quite. No, we're back. So we're 9 days after applying the fungus, so the pathogen, and 11 days since we've treated. The control looks good. That's just physiological symptom, just happens with the plant, but no disease symptoms. These look pretty clean too. This one has burning from the chemical. The chemical is phytotoxic. We're seeing some phytotoxicity here as well. No, I'm not seeing any disease symptoms on the inoculated one, so the one that just got pathogen, but none of the chemical. We still have a way to go, so by next week Monday there should be a switch where it goes from no symptoms to symptoms, so we'll see, fingers crossed. This treatment is highly toxic as well, so as this one. Yep, very toxic, this one. See all those tannish, whitish, brownish leaves burning. Yeah. Morning, I am back again. Today I'm collecting observations, so symptoms, to see if the disease established, and so that's on the leaf, and if the chemicals were able to offer some control. So let's look at some. So there are some early symptoms of the disease. Whoops. So you see those tan, okay, not doing a very good job. So those tan spots or blotches on the leaf, those are early signs of the disease. Over there, and I'm seeing some on plants that got treatment too, so that's a good sign. Not on the ones that got treatment, but a good sign that we have a disease, so we can do comparison. Yeah. Ooh, symptoms. Oh, it's so bright in here. On the pathogen one, the one that did not get any treatment, so that's good. And over time they'll change into the ones that cause disease, but yeah, that's good. Here are what some of the symptoms of the disease looks like. Focus. All right, let me see. Yeah. Whoops. So like that, it's not focusing. Yeah. So those chlorotic, so those yellow green blotches that you see, and we're not focused, are symptoms of the disease. Disease symptoms. Oh, it's so blurry. So this plant did not get any pathogen, any chemical. It got pathogen, so this is our pathogen control. But because the leaves, they're placed beside the plants that got treatment, so some of the leaves have chemical burn. If you look over here, it's the same thing, chemical burn, but it's hard to see. But this is what we want to see. Will it focus? Nope. I don't know if you can see those black dots on it. I'll put a photo, but those are the spores that cause disease in the growing season. They got me birthday stuff, a plant, so definitely from somebody from the plant group team. Don't know whose handwriting that is. Ooh, love me chocolate. And a lip balm.
today is the last day of collecting results for this observation, so essentially, well, it is the end of this experiment. So I'm going to collect some symptoms and then clear the chamber and then work on the final report. This is a control plant, so there's symptoms but not of the disease. It's just the plant getting old and things like that. But the leaves are pretty green compared to other ones. Oh wow, this is the control that had a pathogen but not chemical, and I'm going to do still photos because then that's better at seeing the symptoms. But it's amazing. This is what we want on the untreated control. I don't know if you can see like little like black dots. Those are the asexual spores that's responsible for disease symptoms or disease like in the next stage. I'm going to try to see if I can see Pitnedia on the leaf surface themselves using the dissecting microscope. These large circles that look brownish, or irregular shaped circle things that look brownish, those are the Pitnedia.